In F1, you never leave the garage until the pit wall confirms the car is race ready, but in healthcare software, we send vague requirements onto the track every day, causing rework denials and compliance failures. I'm AP Ready, a business analyst come aspiring product manager, and this is VADE, the Velocity Audit and Documentation Engine. It turns Jira into a requirements pit wall for specialized industries and drafts your documentation like BRD or PDD or PRD in Confluence instantly. Let me show you in real how this works by seeing an example of a user story. Before VADE, to the naked eye, this user story looks like a standard healthcare user story. It has a title, it has a description, it looks ready to sprint, but when we switch on the VADE pit wall, the truth comes out. Instantly, we see what human reviewers missed: high risk, missing evidence, and low velocity. This analysis happens entirely inside Atlassian Forge. No data leaves your instance, no external API calls. Now let's diagnose the gaps and understand why VADE flagged this user story. It shows this high-risk profile, velocity is stalled at 60, and only 75% compliance. The engine is coaching us on exactly why it flagged this. It basically says, you are missing exception paths. You haven't defined throughput. You have no supporting artifacts. So because of those flags, we cannot put this ticket into a sprint. It is a grid penalty waiting to happen. Now, let's switch to a green ticket where it has all the accurate and required information, Con 3. Before VADE, this user story also looks like a standard one, but let's switch on the VADE app. Boom! VADE scores this 100 out of 100. But why? Because it verifies the evidence. It detects defined SLA, denial workflows, and throughput. It sees the HIPAA compliance keywords, and crucially, it confirms valid attachments, like this process map. VADE confirms this requirement is safe to build and safe to audit. Now, here is the feature that saves the business massive amounts of time. Writing a compliant PDD or BRD for a story like this typically takes a business analyst 2 to 4 hours of manual drafting and formatting. It is the costliest bottleneck in the SDLC, but VADE automates this instantly. Watch this. Just one click, VADE just turned a 2 to 3 hour documentation task into a 5-second API call. It extracted the logic, the rules, and the compliance snapshot and built a structured PDD instantly. Multiply that by 50 stories in a release, and you are saving a lot of hours of overhead per project. This engine isn't just for healthcare. It can generate any business requirements document for traditional software projects, a PDD, process definition document for automation or RPA projects, or a PRD for agentic or Gen AI projects with few minor tweaks. This is going to change how the business analysts, product managers, or solution architects work for documentation, and it saves a lot of time to the business. Finally, we don't just ship one story, we ship a release. With just one click, VADE automatically stitches every story with a specific Jira label, like PDD Release 1, into a master requirements bundle. Think of this as race control. It aggregates the entire fleet into one table. I can see every issue, their specific readiness scores, and crucially, I have direct links to the detailed AutoDocZ proofs for every single ticket. It gives release managers a single pane of glass to verify the entire release is documented and safe. VADE brings the precision of a Williams racing pit crew to software delivery. We tuned it for healthcare prior auth, but the engine is universal. Any industry that needs clean requirements and audit-ready documentation can run on VADE. Stop guessing. Start racing. This is VADE.